My Little Pony.
Given that the series is shown in the eyes of babies, it makes sense that the world we series is shown in the eyes of babies. It makes sense that the world we see. Having said that, there are some fucked up things in this series shown in the eyes of babies. Angelica's worst nightmare, we were treated to the worst thing Angelica's imagination can muster up. A new baby brother. First up, from the episode Angelica's Worst Nightmare, we were treated to the worst thing Angelica's imagination can muster up.
This is one great party! You really outdone yourself!
Why, thank you, Rocky.
But this baby is a massive, drooling, and obnoxious tyrant who ends up eating her. Unfortunately, like any normal child, they are terrified of Mr. Friend. There were tons being developed in the basement. A massive battle scene takes place where the babies fight like hell. It comes to us from the episode In the Dream Time. In this episode, Chucky is having trouble distinguishing reality from his nightmares. While in one of his nightmares, a confused Chucky asks Tommy what's going on.
That didn't take long. Now they're having a great time together.
This moment terrified a generation of children and resulted in nightmares galore. And if that wasn't enough, they bring back the scene at the end with a fake stew.
If I were you, I wouldn't speak to them ever again.
You know what? I'm not going to speak to them ever again. And I'm not going to invite them to another party as long as I live. They don't deserve to be invited to my parties. Not after the way they've been acting. Speak up, loser. Yes, that's right.
Well done. Yes, you show up.
Ren and Stimpy. Mine is bizarre, to say the least. It is definitely one of the most influential cartoons, for sure. And that's due in part to its unique sense of cartoons in the past decade, for sure. And that's due in part to its unique sense of humor. That sense of humor is often very weird, dry, and messed up. Most just one, because there's just too many to pick from. The first moment comes from the episode Another Way, where Finn is treated by some clown nurses after he breaks his toes, where you question if this was meant to be funny or pure nightmare fuel. We'll be looking at a few moments as opposed to just one, because there's just too many to pick from, stating that it's the only way.
Oh, what I'm gonna do to you.
I'm so angry.
So it didn't really do clowns any favors. Our second moment comes from the episode Another 5. One segment revolves around Lemongrab and his brother Lemongrab 2 arguing over what their toy lemon doll should do next. Lemongrab should dance. After a struggle, the doll breaks, and Lemongrab 1 freaks out. The titled episode, No One Can Hear You. Throughout the episode, candy people are disappearing left and right. A conflict between Finn and Jake arises, causing Finn to believe that Jake has been kidnapping the candy people to this deer.
I'm gonna gouge your eyes out. Yeah.
Says.
Moments in cartoon history. In the episode Blue Cat Blues of Tom and Jerry, Waiting for Death, Jerry watches from a bridge above, leaving Tom heartbroken and Jerry in a state of, I told you so. Tom desperately tries to win her back, buying her gift after gift, but it's no use.
Tired of it. I'm working so hard. All the balls are getting thrown to me. I'm trying to catch every one. All of the people in the outfield are all looking around and...
Alcohol here. Jerry begs for him to stop, but Tom lets himself go down the gutter, literally. Jerry resuscitates him, but as soon as he wakes up, he sees his former girl always been faithful. Well, just then, his girlfriend drives by with another mouse in a car that also says just married. What a dark and disturbing subject for an episode. Suicide and depression is not something you'd think to ever associate with Tom and Jerry. But yet here it is, a full episode dedicated to it.
Crash Daddy Dog.
Adventures of Flapjack is a show that takes pleasure in making its audience uncomfortable and the unsettling dark humor. It seems like the show was just made for this. Knuckles and His Hilarious Problem, where Knuckles is revealed to be a candy-holic, is tied to a raft in the ocean, as Peppermint Larry and Dr. Barber eerily inform him the only solution to Knuckles and His Hilarious Problem, where Knuckles is revealed to be a candy-holic, which makes him act drunk. To his problem is candy surgery. Eerily inform him the only solution to his problem is candy surgery.
I don't think I'm on the slime. Slime? Not in the bad way, you understand? Have you seen her?
Next, we'll be looking at the cat from the episode out at the old bag's house. Flapjack comes across a seemingly normal cat who he begins to play with.
What's your offer?
Yeah, its soulless eye sockets and barracuda-like teeth are never acknowledged. They're just there. They're just there. Next, in this scene, Flapjack has a nightmare about meeting someone called the Crunch for Candy.
Understandably,
Receiving a free comb. The mood quickly changes once the comb stranger states for getting bugs out of his hair. Stranger in the episode is nothing like that. But you just don't forget something like that. World from the episode How the West Was Fun. In this episode, the two become so dehydrated that they must drink seawater, creating a nightmare-like hallucination world where they see Candied Island.
But in this case, I realized she needed space. And
Splashes them into a whirlpool. There are a lot of terrifying hallucinations and dreams in the show, aren't there?